With the hole in the roof and all, we come to you from Texas Stadium, where the fans are eagerly anticipating today's game. We're here again for another great game featuring two very solid teams. Thanks for being with us as the Rams get set to take on the Cowboys. Welcome to the game. Al Michaels and John Madden here, broadcasting live. So pull up a chair and relax, because this is going to be a good one.
You talk about a quarterback who can lead his team to victory. This guy has all the tools you look for. Great arm, pocket presence, and the ability to hit a receiver anywhere on the field. There's not too many like this guy, and we can see him put up big numbers in this one.
The Cowboys have a few receivers that he likes to throw to, and here's one of them. There's no question these two have developed that chemistry, and he's always finding an open spot on the defense to give his quarterback a target to hit. It wouldn't be surprising to see them hook up a few times in this one.
Look at him down there. Offense, defense, it doesn't matter. They just want to start hitting somebody. Heck, they're already hitting each other.
Let's go to midfield for the coin toss. Lights are on, both teams are ready, so let's go to the field for the opening kickoff. Here's the kickoff team. Should be a return here. The Rams will start this drive from the 18-yard line.
Use some motion to throw off the defense. Don't let him get too comfortable.
They'll go from the I formation. Under pressure. He's looking. Gets the pass off. How about that speed? Great individual effort.
He throws lasers all over the field. He can throw them short. He can throw them long. He can throw them medium. He can throw them anyway.
Calling an audible now.
16.
They blitzing it back from him.
Yeah, that's a chance you take. You're hoping to get some penetration and hit him in the backfield. But if you miss, there isn't a lot of help at the next level to keep him from picking up the first down.
So, John, we expect a lot of big plays in today's game, with two of the best offenses in the NFL having at it.
The thing about both these teams is they're not just one-dimensional. If something doesn't work, they make the adjustment and they come at you in another way. I'm looking for lots of big plays in this one.
Looking for an option. Throws it. Just about 5 on that pass, John.
That was a pretty good play. The defense brought a few extra guys, but the line did a pretty good job of picking it up, giving them just enough time to find the open man.
Set.
Pressure coming. So they'll lose yardage on that tackle. Holt is the guy who gets in there for the set.
He just ran out of time. He's got to do a better job of feeling the rush. You always want to keep your eyes downfield. But you have to know or feel when that rush is getting to you. You have to have a time clock in your head so you can get the pass off just a beat earlier.
The Rams line up in the shotgun.
The 50-yard line.
Gets rid of it. This one falls incomplete. The incomplete pass brings up 4th down. Two will come into this game to punt. Here's the punt. From the 15-yard line. And the offense getting ready to come back on the field after a decent return.
You're told to get as much as you can on a return, and that's just what he did.
Set.
First and 10.
Passing on 1st down. Pressure with the throw. And he hits his target. Good looking play there as they pick up the 1st down and keep the drive alive.
This play might work.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
The 33-yard line. Sideline.
The Cowboys using motion. Can't bring him. Runs for the tackle. John, he's hurt. We'll get an update from Melissa as soon as the extent of the injury is known.
A smart coach would call this one.
2 yards to go. Man in motion. Cross play to the left. Smith picks up just enough with a first, and he finds his way past the marker on the toss play. Only one man back. Melissa, what have you heard down there?
I just spoke with the trainer, and he told me they're going to run a few x-rays on him in the locker room, but as of now, his return is doubtful.
Thank you. That was Melissa Stark with the update from the sideline. Throwing on first down. Gets the delayed handle with the hurdle. So he picks up a couple of yards, but he's exhausted and headed for the sideline.
Heck, this is a good one to call.
About 6 to go. Ball on their own 47.
You got him! Bring that pain, baby!
Gets rid of it. Thrown behind, but caught. And he's tackled at the 38. Right on the mark there to move the chains.
And the thing is, the secondary looked a little on their heels on that one. They just couldn't converge on the ball in time, and now they get a whole new set of downs.
Number 39, the lone back. A lot of space in front of him. The 30, the 20. He's finally brought down at the 12-yard line. Good play there, John. Perfect call at the perfect time.
Yeah, he just puts his head down, keeps those legs moving, and eats up the yardage there.
Ain't got nothing.
And this is the 7th play of this drive.
Give it all you got.
Crosses it out to the left. Cross play nets them about 6.
A smart coach would call this one.
2nd and 4 coming up here. Tightening up the coverage along the outside.
Give it all you got.
Number 87 comes in motion. Dropping back with the throw. This is their 5th first down on the drive.
And one of the keys has been the performance of this offensive line. These guys have really handled the line of scrimmage, not only in the running game, but also in pass protection.
Let's go. Oh.
Closing in, throwing. And that brings up 2nd down.
22, the intended receiver on the play.
Blow it up. Hook out right.
Looks like they'll play bump and run on the outside.
2nd and goal.
Tucks it away. Runs him over. Pickup of about a yard in the run.
1 yard gain on the play.
So now we have 3rd and goal. Ball 1 foot away. Using motion. Hand it off. Smith couldn't escape the pursuit and was cut down quickly.
These guys up front are very tough to block because they can use their size and strength to get excellent leverage on running plays. Sometimes they struggle a little with their consistency, but they always seem to be a big factor when the game's on the line.
Elliott will attempt to put up the first points of the day. And it's on its way through the uprights and good. The kickoff team lines up. He got all of that one. He got all of it. The Rams will start this drive from the 20-yard line. They line up in the I formation. Warner sends a man in motion. Under pressure, throws it. This one falls incomplete. They can't complete that short pass, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Ball on their own 20. The Cowboys come out in a nickel package. Looking for an option. Throwing. One of his other options appeared to be wide open on that play, John. He just never saw it.
He's got to do a better job of reading the defense and going through his progression. You can't lock in on one guy and try and force it to him. He has to know that other guys in the offense can make plays out there too.
The 30.
Watch it here. This is a great call on 3rd down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here, but this is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that 1st down.
Set.
Looks like he's changing the play. Pro goes in motion. On the call. Running back picks up about 7 yards.
All right, go for the long ball here. Get some air under this thing.
With 2nd down, 2 to go. Ball on their own 42. Calling an audible now.
2nd and 2. Ball on the 42-yard line.
Using motion.
You got him.
Fall. A couple, maybe 3 yards on that one.
3 yards goes into the play. 3rd and inches. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Calling an audible.
Sideline to sideline. Yellow, 58. Blue, 74.
Man in motion.
Bring the pain.
Going to the right. Falk with a nice run and picks up the 1st down.
And it was well executed. They hit their blocks and the back found the right hole to get down the field and pick up a 1st down.
So we've reached the end of the 1st quarter. We've got a close one underway with the Cowboys ahead of the Rams 3-0. And we're ready to start the 2nd quarter. Passing on 1st down. Pressure coming. Throwing. Comes up with it. And again, it's 1st and 10.
Hey, they're getting a good push up front. And the receivers are getting open. They're making a catch. That's what you have to do to get in the end zone. Be patient out there. When you see an opportunity, that's when you attack. But don't force it.
Warner gets set.
Buster's great. Stay out.
Flag down.
Dead ball. Let's start on the offense.
Through area. Moved early.
I think that guy forgot what the snap was. This is your chance to try something deep. Look for a mismatch and bomb it out there.
Warner sets up. Throwing on 1st down. Pressure. He surveys the field. And he's tackled at the 24-yard line.
Watch for a hole to open up the middle and send your guy through it.
And this is the 9th play of this drive. Directing traffic.
Bulldog under. Eagle left. Eagle left. Blue, 16.
The Rams using motion. Hand it off. And he picks up just enough to convert.
Keep the defense guessing. Don't forget to use misdirection and play action to keep them off balance on passing down.
Set. Got the ball. Sideline to sideline. D up. Fire out.
Holcomb moves in motion. Puts it on the ground. The fumble is scooped up. And the defense rises up and forces the fumble.
And the thing.
So with the play in question, the coach has decided to challenge the call.
Yeah, and they might get this call reversed.
Clearly a big momentum shift could be in the making as we take a look at a possible fumble.
And they really had no choice but to challenge this because of what it could mean for both teams. I don't know. It's a tough call from seeing that angle.
The call on the field stands. St. Louis will be charged a timeout.
And the official was unable to see anything to change his mind, so the call stands.
But they took the time to make sure.
Let's go, come on!
The corner's playing back. He hands it off. Smith couldn't even get out of the backfield.
This defense is extremely active and effective up front. They do a good job of getting upfield quickly, creating havoc in the backfield. Misdirection plays and draws can be a good way to use their speed and aggressiveness against them.
Ball on the 19-yard line.
Closing in, flings it to the outside. You can't draw it up any better than that. Textbook first down.
You should stop them with this play.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
Ball on the 42-yard line.
Lose it.
Using motion. Dropping back to pass on first down. Under pressure. Throwing short to his left. Great pass. He makes a remarkable catch on that play, and that's his third catch tonight.
Give this one a try.
2nd and 9 coming up here. Ball on their own 33.
Here come the heat. Hawkeye right.
Tosses it right. Still running. The 40. Smith did a nice job on that run.
If the defense keeps giving up runs like that for first downs, they'll have to make some adjustments to slow this guy down.
Number 39 in the backfield.
5-yard line.
Running back picks up about 7 yards.
You should stop him with this play.
We'll see.
Pressure coming. Throwing. He couldn't come up with the interception.
I'll tell you, he did almost everything right on that one. He was able to read the quarterback's eyes. He got himself in good position to make the interception. But when it got to him, just bounced off his hand.
7th play of this drive. And he'll get the call. What a great run.
Yeah, that's where you see a lot of that speed work at practice paying off.
So they have 1st and 10 here.
Sideline to sideline. Get at him. Hawkeye right. Got the ball. That all you got? Snake eyes.
It's a blitz. Pressure. Throws it. This one falls incomplete.
This play might work.
St. Louis comes out in their nickel package.
Take him out. Get in there.
Irvin moves in motion.
Bring the pain.
Looks like a gain of about 2 on that counter.
3-yard gain on the play.
3rd and 7. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Buster's great.
Smith, the lone back. Man in motion.
Ball on the 40-yard line.
Sideline, D.
Throws it. Perfect throw. 5. Touchdown, Dallas. Great timing on that touchdown throw.
And that's one of those passes we see a lot. When the quarterback releases it, the receiver's not even looking. But then he looks up, and the ball's right there.
So they'll try to tack on the extra point. And it's up. The extra point attempt is good. Excellent possession there, John, capped off by the touchdown. And right now they've given themselves a little room for error.
They're really executing out there. Seems like just about every call they make works to perfection. If the defense can get them the ball back quickly here, they might be able to put this one away very early. Be patient out there. When you see an opportunity, that's when you attack. But don't force it.
Warner sets up to the air on first down. Surveying the field. He was drilled as he threw. The Cowboys get it. Using the stiff arm. They're trying to do too much and ends up turning it over.
This is what I would call in this situation.
Number 8 gets set. Smith breaking through. Picks up 5.
22, the ball carry. 5-yard gain on the play. 2nd and goal. Ball on the 3-yard line.
The corners move up to play this one tight. Hand it off to the back. Touchdown, Cowboys. So they get in on the ground.
Yeah, he knew where he wanted to go, and he got there.
They'll get set for the extra point. And it's on its way. The extra point attempt is good. They were set up with good field position and were able to make the most of it by getting the touchdown.
Whether it's your special teams or defense that sets you up with great field position, your job as an offense is to take advantage of it. And they did it right there.
That was some catch.
And all he could do was watch it sail over his head.
So we have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 20. Pass play here on 1st down. Closing in. Good coverage downfield. The quarterback nowhere to go.
It's never good to take a sack, but when there's nothing open downfield, you just can't throw it up there.
They'll go from the I formation.
Ball on the 11-yard line.
Using motion. Under pressure. He surveys the field. Gets rid of it. Incomplete. The incomplete pass brings up 3rd down. Dallas comes out with 7 in the secondary. As they get ready for this 3rd down play, we'll take a look at how they've done today.
3rd down conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is making big plays when they need them.
It's going the other way. He just barely got it off, and he paid for it.
Hey, the defense was sitting in the zone, watching the quarterback eye. They saw where he was looking, and he didn't see them watching, and boom, he threw it right into that zone coverage.
1st and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line.
Passing on 1st down. Pressure coming with the throw. Touchdown, Cowboys. He stepped up, made a terrific throw, and went for the touchdown.
That's just great communication between the quarterback and his receiver.
Elliott comes in for the extra point. The kick is up, and he tacks on the extra point. So that touchdown drive took them no time at all as they were able to get the yardage they needed with little resistance by the defense.
Anytime you have a chance to score points, you got to take it. The defense just couldn't get it together out there. They moved the ball down the field very easily. That was a good job by the offense.
Holding on the receiving team. 10-yard penalty, 1st down.
John, he's hurt. We'll get an update from Melissa as soon as the extent of the injury is known. Pressure, gets the pass off. Perfect throw. The 30, the 40, and he is bumped out of bounds at the 43. It's 1st and 10. Pro, the man in motion. Closing in, surveying the field. Rolls right. Looking deep to the right. Nearly intercepted. They're lucky that one wasn't picked off.
I bet you as soon as he let that go, he was wishing that he could have it back, because that could easily have been an interception.
Under pressure, looking for an option. He's batted away. The quarterback thought he had that one.
You got to deliver the ball out there quickly, but it has to be catchable. You got to use some touch.
7 defensive backs in on this one. Looking downfield, great call by the defensive coordinator.
And this is the type of team that likes to blitz to create pressure. They'll call the cover 2 or cover 3 on passing downs a lot of time, but they also like to bring extra guys on blitzes, trying to mix it up.
Smith will go back to accept this punt. Here's the kick. This one goes out of bounds.
Heck, this is a good one to call.
So they have 1st and 10 here. From the gun, using motion. Pass play here on 1st down. Gets the pass off. Not much touch on that pass.
He may have tried to put a little too much oomph on that throw.
Number 8 sets up.
Give it all you got, D. Come on. Get in there, line.
Going to the right. Smith couldn't pick up any blocking on that play.
The defense is always very aggressive when defending the run. They're extremely disciplined, and they get off their blocks very quickly. Makes it tough to find openings when you're running the ball.
Set. Fire out. Look out right.
Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. And he makes the grab. He never hesitated on that pass.
That was quite a throw. This guy's been blessed with a golden arm.
Number 8. Get set. Pressure. Passing right. Almost picked off. John, I don't know how they didn't pick that one off.
Yeah, he had an excellent opportunity to end the drive right there. He just couldn't bring it in. The defense can't afford to take too many gambles by going for a pick when they should just try and knock it down. One mistake can lead to a big play for the offense.
Looking downfield, gets the pass off, and he hits his target. He throws a perfect strike.
That was one heck of a throw. You could see him setting for the pass, then boom, it was gone.
3rd and 10 coming up. Ball on their own 49. The Rams come out in the quarter defense. St. Louis going to a prevent defense here as they back up the safeties and corners. Throwing short to his left, and he'll take it out of bounds at the 49-yard line.
Time to call a special teams play.
Hakeem into return. Here's the punt. An effective 2-minute drill will give them the opportunity to put some points on the board before the half. The defense lines up in the nickel. Dropping back, closing in, buying time, throwing. Incomplete pass.
The defense needs to remember not to play too soft and give up big gains underneath. But they also don't want to play too tight and end up giving up a big play to set them up in scoring position.
Using motion. With the pass, he makes the catch anyway. That reception moves the chains, and they pick up a first down.
And as a receiver, you have to be ready for any type of pass. He did a good job of hanging on to that last one because it got there in a hurry.
Bruce goes in motion. He surveys the field, gets rid of it. Across midfield, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. Touchdown, St. Louis. Johnny took the short pass and just beat everyone to the end zone.
And some guys just have the ability to take something small and turn it into something huge. You know, they have that category wrap, or yards after the catch. And that was made for guys like him.
Looks to the end zone. Great play calling. Instead of 7, they get 8 points on that drive. The kickoff team lines up. Short kickoff. From the 10-yard line. So after being forced to punt the last time they had it, the offense heads back out onto the field. It's 1st and 10. Ball on their own 24.
Set. Ain't got nothing. Snake eyes.
Passing on 1st down. Throws it. The defense has it. Can't bring him down. Collins was right there to make the play.
The quarterback never even looked for any of his other options.
Following the interception, it's now 1st and 10.
Set.
Warner directing
25.
traffic.
Blue, 25.
A 5-yard pickup on that run by the tailback.
5-yard gain on the play.
Dallas comes out in their nickel package.
Set.
Using motion. Throwing short to the right side. He's inside the 10. Good job picking up the blitz and picking up a first down.
Hey, that was a heck of a call. I mean, they saw the pressure was coming, and he knew right where to go with the ball. And then he got it there. The offense has a great shot at scoring a touchdown before the half. They don't need to be concerned with time, so any play works in this situation.
And he's ridden out at the 2. The running back gets about 3.
The defense has to maintain discipline because 2nd down is key. If the offense comes out with 1 or 2 tight ends, I'd watch him closely, because those big guys are dangerous targets when you get this close to the goal line.
Touchdown, St. Louis. Great rushing touchdown there.
He tucked that ball away, lowered his head, and boom, end zone.
Directing traffic. Holcomb comes in motion. Crosses it right. 8 points on that drive. Number 2 is just about ready to kick this one away. Decent kick. We should have a return. From the 5. He can't wrap him up. Breaks free. Dallas is winning this one by 8.
Here's a spot we're trying to add to the lead before the half can backfire. All it takes is one mistake, and it could be the defense that's scoring. That's why the quarterback has to throw it hard to the sideline so that no one can jump the pass and pick it off.
With the throw, and he makes the grab. Perfect pass, great catch, and that'll move the chains. The Rams come out with one linebacker and several defensive backs. Handed off to the back. The Cowboys call a timeout. They have one timeout remaining. That's a 3-yard gain. 2nd and 7 coming up here. Ball on their own 42. The corners playing off a bit. Smith is the deep back.
2nd and 7. Ball on the 40.
Smith. The Cowboys call a timeout. They have no timeouts left. Here are the numbers when it comes to 3rd down conversions.
3rd down is when you want your players to dig deep and make a clutch play. When you convert, it gives your defense a little extra rest, and it gives your offense a fresh set of downs to work with. Time to call a special teams play. Watch here as he's able to avoid the blocker and get in there and make the tackle. Now that's how you're supposed to play. Don't stop. Keep going until you reach the ball carrier.
This will be his 2nd punt of the game. Here's the kick. This could be a good return.
Holding on the receiving team. Penalty is declined. First down.
It's the end of the 2nd quarter with the score. Dallas 24. St. Louis 16.
St. Louis 16.
Let's get back to the action on the field. As we get set for the kickoff, here's a look at the halftime stats. Sends it sailing. From the 5-yard line. Dallas up by 8 sends their offensive unit back onto the field. They'll go from the I formation.
Take over at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10.
Get at him. Set.
Throwing on 1st down. Under pressure, gets the pass off, and he steps out of bounds at the 42-yard line.
Give this one a shot.
So they have 1st and 10 here. He adds that big run to his total, and the defense has been having a very difficult time bringing him down. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
On the 42-yard line.
Let's go. Come on.
Going to the air on 1st down. Steps up. Slings it to the outside. The incomplete pass bringing up 2nd down.
Try this call here.
Hand off to the tailback. Gain of a couple on that carry.
The ball carried. Gain of 2 on the play.
8 to go. Ball on their own 45. To carry it, play action. With the throw, he'll bring him down at the 40.
Watch it here. This is a great call on 3rd down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here, but this is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that 1st down.
Snake eyes. Set.
Johnston. Down he goes at the 35. And John, they're still trying to move the ball on the ground.
This is a tough physical team that likes to run the ball in just about any situation. When you can run the ball consistently, it really wears down the interior line. It helps to slow down those pass rushes.
Lost about 2 yards.
On the run, 3-yard loss on the play.
Man in motion.
Hit him low.
The corners are backing off. They give it to the halfback. 4, maybe 5 yards on that carry.
This is a good special teams play.
On the play.
About a 51-yard attempt here. And it's up. The kick sails through. It's good. He sends it right through the uprights. His second field goal of the game. Elliott comes in to kick off. Booming kick downfield.
Been a rough start to this game, but they still have enough time to turn it around.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him.
First and 10.
Set.
Using motion. What a collision. Running back picks up about 7 yards.
Run the football. A good running game will really open up the pass.
2nd and 4 coming up here. Ball on their own 26. Fall, the deep back. Man in motion. Dropping back, pressure coming, surveying the field. And he hits his target. The 40. That'll move the chains, John.
Yeah, when you put together a great pass with a heck of a catch, that's exactly what you're going to get.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
Set.
Directing traffic.
90 ball. Come on.
Using motion.
Bulldog under.
3, maybe 4 yards on the misdirection play.
Come on, show these guys some power football.
2nd and 6. Ball on their own 46. They line up in the I formation.
2nd and 6. Ball on the 46-yard line.
Pro comes in motion. Pressure, gets rid of it, almost got it. Missed opportunity.
And what the defense is doing is they're watching the quarterback's eyes. They're cluing. They're in position so that whatever happens, the ball is in front of them. And that time, it almost got him an interception.
Drops back, trying to buy some time. Passes late. The pass falls incomplete. He just overthrew that one.
There was no way he was going to get to that one.
Nickelback in this time. Gets rid of it. A little off target, but caught. He goes down at the 42-yard line.
Be patient out there. When you see an opportunity, that's when you attack. But don't force it.
Set. Bust his grill. Take him out.
They'll pass on first down. The pass. This one falls incomplete.
Run the football. A good running game will really open up the pass.
Set.
The Rams using motion. Hand it off. Decent gain, about 4.
You need a good release on this pass. Keep this drive moving.
Dallas comes out in their nickel package.
37-yard line.
Warner sets up.
Get in there. Here comes the heat.
Closing in. Throws it. Great pass. So they're able to pick up another first down.
This offense is clicking. They're making the right calls at the right time.
They're within striking distance here. Falk, the lone back. Warner directing traffic.
That's all you.
Gets the call. Just about 7 yards on that carry.
Your guys can smell the end zone. Give it to your back and let them finish this drive off.
Looks like he's calling an audible.
Here comes the heat. Hit him low. Blue, 25. Baby, boom. Get at him, D. Bring that pain, baby.
He'll get it again. Tackle at the 12. Falk is very determined on that play, John.
The line did a great job there of blocking the backside pursuit, which helped him get the first down.
Set. You ain't got nothing. Hut. Hut, hut.
Using motion.
Hut.
Throwing on first down. He surveys the field, gets the pass off. Touchdown, Rams. He didn't let up on that throw.
I'll tell you, I bet that touchdown pass knocked the air right out of him.
Looking to make it just a field goal difference. They'll go for 2.
Set. Hut. We need continues, D.
Under pressure, surveying the field. Rolls out to his left. And obviously they're happy with that drive, especially since they ended it with a touchdown.
The defense was on the field for a long time, and they just couldn't stop him. Give credit to the offense for doing such a great job of executing.
Should be a return here. From the 5-yard line. Fumble. The Rams grab the live ball.
If you don't like what you see with the defense, you can always audible into something else.
So after the fumble now, it's 1st and 10.
Set.
The Rams using motion. Falk. Just about 2 yards on the run by the halfback.
Watch for a hole to open up the middle and send your guy through it.
Dallas comes out in their nickel package. Warner sets up. Looks like he's calling an audible.
Yellow, 58. Red, 16.
Using motion.
Give it all you got, D. Come on.
Handed off to the back. Falk got the carry there and is now closing in on 100 yards rushing. Under a yard to go. Ball on the 18-yard line.
Set. Yellow,
Changing the play
74.
now.
Blue, 74. Red, 25. Come on, partner. Stay up.
Man in motion. Gets the toss to the left. So he works his way past the marker for a first down.
You're in a good position here. Get the snap, drop back, and let your guys get open. Don't force anything.
Looks like he's changing the play. They'll pass on first down. Pressure coming. Gets the pass off. And he stopped at the 14-yard line. Well, John, he sure made some very timely receptions for his team tonight.
You got that one right. You know, when a guy like this, who always seems to be right there to bring it in, you know the quarterback will always be looking in his direction when he needs that big catch.
The teams are set for the 4th quarter of play. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
Set. Yellow,
He sees something in the defense.
Yellow, 16.
Williams goes in motion. He tucks it away. Spins away from the tackle. Gain of 2. 3rd and 5 coming up.
Set. Hut. Here comes the heat.
Holt moves in motion. With the throw, and he makes the grab. He's on the run, and he's ridden out at the 4.
This is where you put it in the hands of your best playmaker.
Set.
Calling an audible. The Rams using motion.
Is that all you got? Stay guys. Back on TV.
Pressure. He surveys the field. Throws it. Great throw. 6 catches in the game. He's done a great job getting open.
Even when he's not open, he's still making the catch. Covered or uncovered, this guy hauls in anything that's close to him.
Number 31, the lone setback.
Ball on the 1-yard line.
Get in there. Bust his grill. Get the ball.
And it looks like there's a penalty on the play.
Red ball. Play of game. On the offense.
They're moving in the wrong direction.
A play like that will just kill a coach. You're trying to put a drive together, and then boom, something like that happens.
2nd down, goal to go. Ball on the 6-yard line. Warner from the shotgun. Man in motion.
Rotate. Here come the heat.
Looking for a receiver. Scrambling around. Closing in. Gets rid of it. 3rd down. Upcoming after the incomplete pass. The Cowboys come out in a nickel package. Directing traffic.
Yellow, 25. Red, 74. Green, 58. Yellow, 74.
Ball. A yard, maybe 2 on the count.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Calling an audible now. Bruce moves in motion. Throwing short to his left. And it's complete. Touchdown, Rams.
I wouldn't take any chances with a run. Pass it in there and convert this.
And they'll keep the kicker on the sideline as they attempt to make this a 3-point game. Under pressure, throwing it right to the end zone. The conversion attempt fails.
Yeah, you know, the league percentage on these 2-point attempts is never very high.
And the kickoff team comes out onto the field. Good distance. From the 3. The 30 breaks the tackle. The 40 looking for leverage. Speed and vision were important on that one.
The returner just found a seam in the kickoff return and flew down the field.
1st and 10.
Number 8 sets up.
That's all you.
Pass play here on 1st down. Pressure coming with the throw. Incomplete pass. The defense really put the pressure on.
He had no choice but to get rid of the ball.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 48-yard line. The quarterback gets set with only 1 back behind him.
Eagle left.
Pressure, throwing. He hits his receiver. Has room. The 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Dallas. Long touchdown pass.
Yeah, the quarterback delivered that ball out there where he had some room to work with. Once he got free, it was off to the races.
Tosses it right. The conversion is good. But you can't ask for much more out of a drive that gets you into the end zone.
They did everything they had to on that one. And the end result is a trip across the goal line and a TD on the board.
Decent kick. We should have a return from the 5. They're ready to start another drive, hoping to duplicate the result of the last one, which ended in a touchdown.
Take over at the 24-yard line. First and 10.
Drops back. Closing in, trying to buy some time. The long pass over the middle. At the 40. Warner is closing in on 300 yards passing.
The key here is to step up into the pocket. Make sure you get those feet set before you throw it.
Man in motion. Ball. There he goes. 10-yard gain that time.
On the run, gain of 10 on the play.
Warner directing traffic.
Second and 1. Ball on the 24-yard line.
Get in there, line.
Using motion. Tosses it out to the right. Ball picks up just enough. Good call that time, resulting in a first down. The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him.
On the 23-yard line.
Man in motion. To the air on first down. He hits his receiver. He's inside the 10. And he's ridden out at the 3-yard line.
Punch it in there.
First down and goal to go. Ball on the 3-yard line. So they've had a lot of success so far in the red zone, and they'll try, obviously, to continue that here. Warner with a man in motion. Tosses it right. Touchdown, St. Louis. So he puts his head down and punches it in for the score.
The offense has been knocking on the door, and now they just kicked it down.
Falk was there earlier and revisits the end zone with that carry. Gets rid of it. Incomplete pass. They took a big gamble there going for 2, and the coach really has to be second-guessing that decision now. Number 2 will be kicking off. Nice distance. From the 8. Dallas trying to provide some breathing room with this drive.
Give this one a try.
The backs are lined up in an eye.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
Number 8 sends a man in motion. Under pressure with the pass, and it's caught. Not much, but it's better than a loss.
When you see or feel the blitz and you start feeling the pressure, you got to remember that some yards are always better than none yards.
Let's go, come on.
Smith, the lone back, man in motion.
Ball on the 30-yard line.
Is that all you got?
Cross play to the left. About a 2-yard gain here.
With the carry, gain of 2 on the play.
So as they get set to try to convert, here's what both teams have done on third down.
Third down conversions is a keeper stat. When you convert on third down, you keep 3 things. You keep your drive going, you keep their defense on the field, and you keep your defense resting on the sideline.
Number 8 zips the ball into the receiver on that one.
The quarterback quickly read the defense and fired the ball into the receiver for a first down.
Using motion.
Take him out. Snake eyes. Get the ball.
Pressure coming. Gets the pass off, and he's forced out of bounds at the 44-yard line. They need 5. Ball on their own 44.
Bulldog under.
Second and 5. Ball on the 44-yard line.
Pressure, gets rid of it, incomplete. John, he rushed that throw.
And you should credit the defensive line. They do a nice job tying up the blockers and can bring pressure up the middle. When you combine their play with the fact that the defensive coordinator likes to bring additional blitzers from the outside, it can make for a very long day for the quarterback.
Dropping back, closing in, gets the pass off, and this pass is completed. Good third down conversion on that catch by Irvin.
And the quarterbacks have confidence throwing at this guy because he's got some of the most reliable hands in the team, and probably in the league.
Loses the defense. Good gain of about 7 on that play.
This is a good one to call.
Gain on the play.
They need about 3. Ball on the 39-yard line.
Lose it.
Smith is the deep back.
Ball on the 39-yard line.
Bring the play.
Hand it off to the fullback. A fresh set of downs after a nice pickup on the ground.
Hey, nice job up front, holding their block and allowing him to get a good run for a first down.
Tiger out. Right.
And this is the 9th play of this drive. 2 minutes to go.
This is a good one to call.
It's 1st and 10. The Cowboys holding on by less than a field goal.
We'll see.
Hand it off again. And he's brought down at the 27-yard line.
This is a good one to call.
The quarterback lines up with 2 backs behind him.
Ball on the 27-yard line.
Smith. The Rams call a timeout. They have 1 left.
This is a good defense to call.
3rd and 3. Number 8 with a man in motion.
Cowboy. Eagle left.
Smith breaking through. He's inside the 10. Touchdown, Cowboys.
This is a good special teams play.
Elliott comes in to attempt the point after. The kick is up, and the extra point is good. Very exciting contest.
And both defenses are doing just enough to keep the other team from breaking this one open.
He got all of that one. St. Louis, trailing by 8, takes over.
Get this out to the halfback, but make sure he gets out of bounds.
Warner will work out of the shotgun. With the pass, he finds his man. He was able to hit his target, picking up the first in the process.
And that's a case of your receiver knowing where the marker is and the quarterback delivering the pass quickly.
Gets the pass off, hits him in stride.
I like to hurry up here. It's a change of pace, and it's a way to get the defense uncomfortable.
Looking downfield, gets rid of it. That incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
Get the pass and look to the sideline. You can't let the clock run down here.
Drops back, looking for an option with the throw. Here's an opening. Tackle at the 42-yard line. The coach is having them hurry it up.
12 on the play.
Using motion. He's looking, throws out to the left. He made the catch, but he was out of bounds.
Yeah, that play might have had a shot if the quarterback would have kept the pass in bounds.
2nd down now. They have to get closer to the end zone. Under pressure, surveying the field. Rolls out to his left. Scrambling. And he slips out of bounds at the 46.
Look for the open guy out there and get it to him quickly.
Pressure coming with the pass. Great throw. Amazing play by Holt.
And that's the type of thing that can happen when you get this guy the ball. He's going to move the ball, and he's going to move it with speed.
He'll head right back to the line. And this is the 8th play of this drive. Throws it. The pass falls incomplete.
You got to think they'll be going with something in the air here, conserving time while moving downfield for the score.
It's 2nd down and 10 to go. Dallas comes out in their nickel package. Right up. Again and again, it's another 1st down.
Yeah, and this offense has really impressed me on this drive. They've been moving the ball very methodically, and they're getting closer and closer to the end zone. This team has been putting up good numbers inside the 20 here today.
He hits his receiver. Touchdown, St. Louis. So he hauls in another pass for a touchdown, giving him 3 now. Well, here we go. One shot at the 2-point conversion to tie things up. The Rams can regain the lead with a field goal. Tosses it left. Trying to tie it up. They go for 2, but come up short. The onside kick is really their only option here as they look for a good bounce. The onside kick is off. They don't get it. That last drive resulted in a touchdown. They did a great job moving the ball on the ground, and let's see what they can do here.
The drive at the 38-yard line. 1st and 10.
Set. Come on, partner. Get the ball.
Second and long. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Man. Let's go. Come on. D up.
That'll wrap this one up, and the final score is Dallas 42, St. Louis 40. A reminder to join us next week for another high-powered matchup. Stay tuned now for your late local news, or on the West Coast, your normal programming. This has been a presentation of EA Sports. I'm Al Michaels, and for our entire crew, good night. Falk wins tonight's Horse Trailer Player of the Game award.